I'm going to use some bits and pieces now. Don't make any judgments just yet. You will be surprised at the end result for what I'm going to make. I am really excited about this. I'm pretty convinced it's going to be my favourite, but we'll need to wait till the end to find out. First thing I'm going to use is this. Look at this. Now, for many of you, you will remember my old glue gun, which is not very well, held together with an elastic band and covered in craft debris. Phyllis has brought me a new one, so thank you so much, Phyllis. This is a dead posh one because it's got one of these extendable ones too, so that's going to be fun to use. And it also came with loads and loads of glue sticks and a spare pack. So I'm armed and ready to glue. This just a little bit of a heads up, it will never look like that again. It looks lovely, doesn't it? I got this, look at that, from a crib. I picked up a baby's crib for £1 in the thrift store. Okay, it wasn't in the best of conditions, but I then took it apart and I got loads of bits. And I've got this bendy bit. If you haven't got one of these, you can use a pool noodle. And I've got this, which is a bolt holder. I picked them up. They have a bin with all free packaging materials. I thought, I can use that. So first thing we need to do is cover this in tinsel. Now, you could wind it round and round and round, but I don't think I need to. I think I can stick one piece that side and one piece that side, and it'll do just as good a job. What do you reckon? Should we give it a go? I put a finger protector on. I know, it's the one for the little finger and I can't find the others. It's Christmas. My desk is completely covered in tinsel and glitter and goodness knows what. So here we go. It's the initial squirt of the glue. My first ever squirt of glue with my new glue gun. I'm going to put this, I just want to leave a little bit of edge showing because that's going to need to be the depth of the cardboard. It's not like gluing round and around. You do need to glue every centimetre if you're doing it this way, because it'll be floppy and dangly otherwise, and we don't do floppy and dangly on this. It's not allowed. Unless you accidentally get it floppy or dangly, in which case, don't worry, you'll be fine. And now I'm going to do the inside, exactly the same as we did the outside. If you're buying tinsel for crafting, it's well worth you shopping around. I got this tinsel for 10p a length in the Salvation Army thrift store. So now I've got this, which I'm going to put to one side and we're going to work on the next bit. So I'm going to bring out my bolt holder, and it doesn't matter that there's a dip in that. I'm going to turn that to the bottom. You may decide that you want to put a bottom on this, some sort of lining. I'm not going to. It's going to be for me, so I don't mind if the bottom doesn't look pretty. But if you're going to be doing this to sell, then you really will need to make a little bit more effort with presentation. Now I'm going to take this braid. Look at this. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's all frilly. Now you can use any sort of frilly lace, or you can cover this just with plain ribbon, or you can cover it with fabric. Fun snow fabric will be good too. You just want to go from one end to the other with this, sticking it into place. So there's it with one layer on. Now I'm going to stick layers after layer, working my way back along this piece of cardboard. While I'm doing this, I'd like to say a huge thank you to everybody who subscribed to me and everybody who watches my videos, gives me a like or a comment. I really do appreciate you all, and hello and welcome. If this is your first time watching my channel, you're very welcome to be here. I've passed 3,000 subscribers now, so I'm heading for 4,000, so it's quite exciting here at my home on the hillside. I really do love seeing the people are enjoying what I'm doing and getting inspiration from it. So if that's you and you're going to make something I've made in this video, please let me know. I love hearing from you. And now to glue some tinsel all the way around the outside to cover the edge, because it's not the prettiest edge in the world and I can't get all the stickers off. So leaving it white didn't really help, but that doesn't matter because it's an excuse to add more tinsel. And I do love tinsel. Do you love tinsel or hate it? It went really out of fashion for a while. When I was a little girl, it was the main thing on a Christmas tree. Then it went out of fashion for decades. Now it's back in again. I quite like it. I like sparkly things, pretty things, happy things, anything like that. So now I got this, and I want this to look like snowdrifts, and I really think it does. So that's all I can do on this desk. I'm going to go over now to my bigger desk, or my taller desk, where I've got some height, and let's see what on earth I'm going to do with this and this. Right, so here we are on my bigger table. You still can't see a lot, can you? But I'm going to this now into my base to make a lovely little arch, but I need to make a hole in the cardboard to do this. So decide where I'm going. I want to go nearer the back than the front. And push it into place, both sides. Of course, you'll have to find a gap between your lace or your ribbon. And there I've got my arch. So the next thing I'm going to do is the focal point, because I want to get that in to know how I'm building this. And this is my focal point. So it's going to be standing here. And again, I'm going to lift the lace and glue bits that I can directly onto the cardboard. So I'm putting the head center, so that's about there. Pick up my lace and then pop some glue on the feet. And in theory, you won't fall over. We'll try putting him sideways on so you can still see what I'm doing. I've got this here, which is a pick that's got a few little balls on it, a few little crystals, things like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is floof out that pick, make sure that everything is shown to its best advantage. It looks much better when you do that. And I'm going to turn this into a sort of tree. Let's see if I can cut this with my little pliers. I'm not too optimistic. Oh, I think I need a chainsaw. Ah, there we go. And then the same theory, I'm going to make a hole in the cardboard, but I may need to come back with some glue. You'll find out. Oh, no, it's fine. I'm going to cut this one off because there are a few picks sticking out with nothing on them. I don't want anyone having an eye out, so there's no need for it to be there. It's sticking up too high anyway, so that's coming off. Always be firm with your crafting. Don't let it rule you. Don't think, oh, I can't cut that off. Of course you can. It's your craft. You do with it what you want. These flowers arrive like this, and they look okay. Nothing special. But then make sure every single petal is opened out, and it will be completely different. Look at that. It's doubled in size. And that's going into place to the side of the tree. And it really is just what you fancy doing now. There's no rules, no regulations. Just if you fancy putting something somewhere, then put it there. Just open these up as well. I like that there. No particular reason why I like it there. I just do. So now I've got this and I need something small over here in these sort of pale gold colours so that it carries your eye to both sides of this decoration rather than just over here. I'm finding this really difficult not being able to turn this, so I can't really see what I'm doing. So hopefully it's looking good. I love this. I do. I think it's wonderful. Look at that. And again, it was really nothing expensive. It was an old piece of cardboard from a fabric boat. Some bits and pieces. I don't think any of this was... Oh, wait a minute. The only things I bought new were these. They were reduced in Primark. They were on a wreath last year. So they are reduced, but new. And everything else was from thrift stores, charity shops. Tinsel, bits of crib, goodness knows what. Oh, and somebody did give me the lace. Yep, I had that from a lovely viewer who gave me a ton of that lace. So there you have one very reasonable, very glamorous Christmas decoration. I think that's superb and really does look high-end. Nobody will ever guess it's a lump of old cardboard. So let's see what this looks like up on my display. this next craft, which is going to be a gorgeous Christmas decoration, I got this piece of bark. It was off a tree that had fallen over. The bark had fallen off it, and I thought, well, it's a shame to leave that there when I love using bark. So I decided to get it. I've also got a bit of pool noodle. Now, I did an experiment. Normally, I cut my pool noodle with either a saw or with, I've got a foam cutter. It's like a hot piece of metal on a thing you plug in, and that cuts it lovely. I thought, let's tell you if you can use the scissors, because I know some people don't like using tools. Some people don't like using anything hot. It is really difficult to cut with the scissors. I've completely massacred this. So I would recommend find something more suitable to cut it with. Don't use the scissors. So I want to fix this onto the top of this bit of bark. I've got my drill and I'm going to wire it in place. So in 2 places I'm going to drill through. Once there and once down here. Be very careful not to go all the way through and drill my mat. Now I'm going to take some florist wire and I'm going to wire this to this piece of bark. If I can find my holes. There. One lot. And there's the other lot. There. Just like that. Down through the foam and into the hole. And then with the other side, down through the foam and into the other hole. And I'm going to pull it through and give it a twist. And the same with the other side. Now, to try to impress you with my crafting prowess, I could say, easy as that. It wasn't. It was a right fiddle. But I got it done in the end. And I want this to snugly go around the top of this bit of bark because it is contoured. Alright, let's put that to one side and get on with the next bit. I've got this cutie of a reindeer, but you can see there, I got this, I think it was 50p in the thrift store or charity shop, but whatever was on there has been taken off, so I'm just going to replace it. A little blob of glue and on with some just bits and pieces. You don't need a lot for this. If you keep all your offcuts whenever you're making anything larger, then you'll always have plenty of little bits for this sort of thing. So you're almost getting it for nothing. Don't overdo the glue when you're using polystyrene, otherwise you'll melt your polystyrene. It just disintegrates. Oh, there we go. Doesn't he look very glamorous? Right, now there is no more I can do until we go to my big desk. So let's pop over to my big desk. So here we are over on this table, and I've got a bit more space to show you here. I can't remember, again, because of the issue where I've been a day with just fixing computers. I can't remember what I was going to put on this one. I think I may have jumbled things up. So I've decided to put this little reindeer, this baby deer. Isn't he gorgeous? And put him on there. I'm only going to use a tiny bit of hot glue just to keep it roughly in place because we'll be taking him off afterwards. It's just that I don't want him falling around. I'm going to make a start with these fir tree picks. They don't really stay out very well, but if you give them a bit of a pull, then again, you can almost double the size in things. So always make sure you give everything that extra floof in. Get every penny of your money's worth. And remember again, pick your focal point. This is the centre, so everything is going to be coming out from that central point. So let's have a little bit of music on and see how I get on. There we go, we're done. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. I can't help it. I love all of these projects this week. There is no way I'm going to choose a favourite, I don't think. I thought I could, but not a chance. Isn't he a cute dear? Hello, I'm cute. Right, let's go take this and see what it looks like up on my display. For this next glamorous woodland themed, I think, Christmas decoration, I got some bits and pieces. This is that other half of the massacred pool noodle. It's okay though. You'll be able to use that. And I've got this wooden placemat. I got this cheaply in the thrift store. And I've got the bottom of a Christmas tree that I never used. So I'm going to use that as a riser. Go to the back of my board. And this is just rough to give you an idea where the centre of the board is. Just have a little bit of a line. Come the other way. Always have a bit of a line, and where the cross meets is the centre. There's about the centre there, so it's going to be about there. So I'm going to lift it up from this corner now and glue, but I'm not going to actually take it off in case I put it down in the wrong place. Lots of glue. And then push it into place. Like that. And I've got myself a board on a riser. Now I'm going to glue this on top. This seems to be very hot, this glue, so I don't know how much of it's going to work and how much of it is going to melt my pool noodle. We'll find out. And halfway across, pop it down and hold it in place, because that's going to take a while to cool. There's such a lot of it. Now, okay, I've got paint under my nails again, all black paint. I've got red paint on my hands. Every week I think I'll make sure there's no paint on me this week. I fail every time. But now I'm going to add a little bit on the edges because this is so uneven. So if you've made a bit of a mash with your pool noodle or whatever it is you're using, your florist foam, then just squeeze it down where you can, just so there's less gaps. Just so you know you're going to hit some foam when you're putting your florals in. Now that's not very central, is it? I'm supposed to put that in the middle. It's not in the middle. And I've got this. Look at that. Isn't he cute? Now I got him for 50p. His antlers had fallen out. I've glued those back in. And he's a bit messy and tatty, but I don't think we'll worry about that. We'll forgive him because he's so cute. And this is going to be sitting on top of the foam, whether it's florist foam, pool noodle, whatever it is you're using. To do that, I'm just going to get some old bits of skewer and I'm going to push these up inside the reindeer. Like that. Check the length, they should be okay, and sit him nicely on there. Now, which way am I going to go? Definitely that way. So doesn't he look very grand? Now, let's take him into my other desktop and carry on working on him. I've got lots of bits and pieces here for this reindeer, and I thought I'd go for creams and golds to match the colour scheme. Lots of these picks are huge, so I'm going to try them out. Always try them before you cut them. See if it's a sort of layout that you're going to like. I quite like the idea. Move those out of the way. I need more space than I thought. Quite like the idea of this display coming actually off the edge. Maybe I'm a little bit too ambitious, but I like that idea, so I'm going to run with it. Definitely going to have to trim the edges of these down. They are a bit too long. How many of you actually do floral displays normally? And how many have been inspired by some of the floral displays I do? I really would love to know. Are you enjoying the florals? You take it or leave it, or do you really hate me doing florals? I'm going to carry on now with this, like it's a more subtle gold. Don't know what the word would be for it, but you can see it's not quite as yellow as the other gold. I'm going to put those coming across the front. I love the instant creativity when you're using florals. Once your basis is set up for the item you're going to decorate, it's just so quick and so fulfilling. And most of it can all be reused too. When you get bored of it, you can just change it up. Another part of my favourite with florals is you can buy one pick that doesn't look much really. It doesn't go very far, but then if you take it apart, it is amazing just how much you got in one pick. There we are. I've just covered my cut with the plaster, so if you're worried about blood, I'm not going to make you pass out or anything. I think I'm going to put some of these in. I wasn't sure, but I think that the variation of another colour of gold is really going to highlight this. So I'm going to pop those underneath there. There are some people who say you can overdo your florals. I'm not one of those people. I may occasionally do something that's not quite so over the top, but generally I love adding lots and lots and lots. It costs a fortune, that's the only thing. You end up spending all your money on florals. That's why I like to reuse them. It's expensive, but when you bought a good quality floral pick, you can make it last for ages. And not only that, I like to use them full length when I first start, and then every other craft I can shrink them a bit. So I have various uses for them, from being very long for bigger displays down to little tiny bits for smaller displays. This one here, you can see I've already cut some of this off, so this is for the chop. And the important thing to remember is to get all your foam covered. If you haven't got as many florals as this, put a narrower or lower piece of foam, and you can even just glue this onto the base and just pop a few around the edge if you haven't got a lot of florals. So I need something here, I think. So I'm going to have a look, see what I got, and I'll be back in a second. Or perhaps two. I'm back. Now I'm going to add a couple of these gorgeous poinsettias in threes. 3 of them, because 3 is always a good number. I don't know why, it just looks so much better. Those there. And I need something there. Let's have a look. A couple of white berries on the front. Just because it's a bit bare. But I actually think they look good now I've done it. And look at that. I absolutely love that. Open those out a little bit so you can see more of the petals or leaves these are. Let's do that. I think that is stunning. And you saw how easy it was. You really don't need to be a designer or know much about art to make something like this. Just follow the lines you want to go, always out from the middle, or pick a focal point, whatever that is, and go out from that point. So that's all I've done. Long radiating picks on top of a Bambi that is stuck on top of a placemat. Look at that. You would never guess. I think your guests are going to be stunned by this. If your friends saw this and they said, oh, wow, where did you buy that? That is really high end. I absolutely love it. If you want to impress somebody, this is the sort of thing to make. At the moment, this is really ranking my favourite for a long time. Let's see what this looks like on my display. And then the electrical gremlins hit. So I recorded a lovely outro for you, and I got no sound. But I'm saying how much I love my little Bambi. I think he's so cute, but I still can't decide on a favourite one. Which one's your favourite? Do you have a favourite? I really don't think I have. I love all 3 of these. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, because I've got lots more videos coming your way, and I really love taking you along with me to have fun and do lots of crafting. I'll see you all next time. Until then, don't forget, happy crafting and have fun.